Okay, so today our topic is on music education and artificial intelligence. This isn't really a presentation about AI, it's more of a presentation about teaching. So before we get into it, I just want to share a personal example. So I have a problem, and I have a 4-year-old son. His name is Cairo, and my wife and I, we struggle to get him motivated to do basic tasks. And so these are things like getting up, dressed for school, brushing his teeth, taking a bath, eating, going to bed, you name it. So what I've been trying to do is like encourage him and like positively affirm him because he struggles with transitions. And so we're like trying to emotionally regulate him during the process, even though we go through the same routine, repeat the same instructions every single day. So basically, I've composed some pieces and I've been building an EP specifically for him. So I'm going to share two snippets, roughly a minute long for both songs. And I want you to listen as a music educator, not as a musician. So don't listen for whether it's a good song, listen for what it's trying to teach. It's bath time now. Wash, passion in the water. Wash your hands, wash your toes, wash your tongue. Now you're clean from head to toes.
Wash your arms, wash your knees, wash your legs, wash your feet. Scrub your fingers, scrub your nails. Add a little.
If it's hard, I take a breath. I can try my very best. Even when it feels brand new, I can learn what I can do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll get through it. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, yeah. I'll get through it. One small step, then I grow. Watch me shine, watch me go.
So these songs are made using AI. I wrote the lyrics, but generated the music using an app called Donna, Donna. And it took about 2 minutes to generate the right mood and like the right sort of genre blend. And it took about 20 minutes per song to kind of go in and edit, perfect the timing, etc. But either way, I was able to come up with 2 full songs in less than an hour. And I'm actually quite fond of it because it's music for kids, but also tolerable for adults who have to constantly hear it, you know. So my question is, does that matter? Does it matter that I used AI? Had I composed a song myself over the course of a few weeks, would you value it any differently had I not created it the way that I did? Then I just kind of want you to think about why. And that idea leads me to my main question, which is, should AI-generated music belong in music education? So if you agree with this, if you believe that it should belong, go ahead and raise your hand. And you can keep your hand down if you disagree. But think about why. Now, returning to the song, I want you to think about what you noticed, not musically, but educationally. Did you hear any educational strategies? And then I want you to just notice that the song is simple, repetitive, and personalized. So basically, I'm motivating my baby. The lyrics are walking him through a sequence of behaviors, and the song breaks the task into manageable steps. So it's making things easier to remember, it's creating routines, supporting transitions, and reinforcing positive behavior. So he doesn't have to remember a list, he's remembering a song. And so music is functioning as a cognitive tool, right? And because it's specifically for him, this is also like a form of differentiated instruction. So I'm using music as a pedagogical tool, and it's also incorporating some level of instructional design. So after reading the articles, if you read them, I think the authors are reaching for something deeper. The question isn't, can AI make music? It's, can AI educate? And we shouldn't become distracted by specific AI tools because those tools will continue changing. What we need to focus on is the questions that AI forces us to ask about music education. And there are recurring themes. These themes include agency, authorship, creativity, ethics, teacher expertise, and AI literacy. So if we look back at Kairo's song, who had the agency in that situation? Was it me? Was it AI? Was it both? AI shouldn't be understood as a replacement for teachers, but as a collaborator that can support learning because education requires something AI cannot provide: ethical judgment, human relationships, and understanding the learner. So, could AI have done any of this without me? The answer is probably no, because I determined the learning objective. I knew the context. I knew the language that would work for him, his vibes, my vibes. AI doesn't know Kairo. It didn't know his personality. It doesn't know that repetition would work for him. It doesn't know that he struggles with bath time. These are things that I know about him. So AI simply helped me create one possible musical solution. And that's something that was kind of functional, personalized, and emotionally appropriate. AI knew how to generate the song, but I knew what my son needed. So I think this is where our course becomes really interesting. Everything in the course has been asking one question, and that's, what is music education for? Every philosopher we studied would ask it in a different way. Can this still create meaningful musical experience? Is creating a prompt another form of musicking? Does this deepen experience? Who benefits? Who has the power? Does AI expand imagination or simply remix what already exists? But notice something. None of them would ask, can AI write a song? Instead, they ask, what kind of music education does this create? So earlier, I asked whether it mattered that AI helped me create the song. And after reading these articles, I think the better question is, if AI can compose or generate accompaniment or provide feedback and personalized instruction, what is uniquely human about music education? And personally, I don't think AI educates. I think educators educate. AI collaborates. Teachers teach. And I think that's the important distinction there. So would AI replace my teaching, or would AI make me a more responsive educator? And I think as music educators, that's something each of us will have to decide on our own. For example, when you use GarageBand or say a smartboard, do you feel guilty because it simplified a teaching strategy? That's unlikely. AI is not going to replace music teachers. AI may help music teachers become more responsive and creative. So, is this something that you would use with one or more of your students? And I want you to think about that. But I also want to just examine some of the problems, because there are benefits and there are risks. And so the benefits: personalization, accessibility, creativity, efficiency. The risk: bias, copyright and authorship issues, environmental impact, teacher de-skilling, over-reliance, etc. And I just want you to think about what side concerns you more. So if AI can write a personalized song for every child, what becomes more valuable? Is it the songwriting, or is it the knowing the child? And when I think about that, I think the answer is pretty clear, and that's knowing the child. So thank you so much. I will pass the second part of this lesson over to my colleague. If we have time after he presents, then I'd definitely like to participate in a discussion or share your own thoughts on AI. Likes, dislikes, whatever came to your mind during this presentation. Thank you.